Right. Hello, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Yes, this is Naja Wash. We are back again. This one is just a quick interview, and because of what just happened in the Benin City, Edo State, as some of you already know, that one of the protesters for the ENDSARS in Benin City were gone down this morning, this afternoon. So we have our able brother, Abel Stone, that is going to come to talk to us about it because he's the closest person there to every one of us that can let us know what happened, why they shot that young man dead. And we also have our brother, Mr. Eriamiantoe, that is going to come here to talk about the same issue. So let me bring them in right now. Let's all. Hello. Good evening, my brother.
Evening, my brother, my friend. How's everything?
Very good, very good. Good evening. Good evening, Mr. Eriamiantoe. How you doing?
Yeah, good evening, sir.
All right, good. I'm sorry
It was
that
so happen.
I have to bring both of you in because this is an emergency. They say a cry for one is a cry for all. As we all know that there's this protest going on ENDSARS for almost 2 weeks now, which, if I'm not mistaken, which actually started from Edo State. But today we got a breaking news that one of our brother were gone down, by some people said a policeman, while some said another youth gunned this young man down. So we are just going to go straight to the point so that people can know why this actually happened, which don't supposed to happen. So it saddened my heart to know that that young man actually lost his own life today. I'm going to start with you, Mr. Abelstone. I just want you to reintroduce yourself again for our Edo people in diaspora, please.
Thank you very much. Before I introduce myself, I want to appreciate my brother, Comrade Steve Eriamiantoe. Just that I'm a little bit worried or scared this evening because I cannot see those smile on his face. So I don't know the reason behind it because one thing I love about Steve Eriamiantoe, whether good or bad, you must always see him smiling. So please, can you smile for me, my brother? Yeah.
I'm a little bit. I'm not too happy tonight.
Especially. Oh, okay. All right. We almost lost you there.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. Are you there? All right, Mr. Ramato.
Yeah.
Right, as you know that the situation why we are here this evening was not planned, is unplanned interview. We need to know why somebody was killed today because these people, Edo people that were protesting today, none of them hold any weapons. They were protesting for the betterment of Edo State or Nigeria at large. So it saddened my heart, and everyone was surprised to know that they shot this young man in the head. And our brother was actually there who carried him on his shoulder, Maleke. So we are going to try to bring Maleke here to actually talk more about it. But before that, I want to know, how do you feel about this? Are you aware of this incident that happened this afternoon?
Yeah. I think I got the video via a friend, and I was so pissed off because that was never supposed to have happened at all. It was never supposed to have happened at all. We
Okay.
we we haven't got to that point whereby anyone, for whatever reason, should be killed.
All
That
right.
that is the truth.
Let's talk to
What
my brother.
are you talking for before I contribute, sir?
Yes, we have our brother, Mr. Abel Stone, because I like to call you that name, though. I think every one of us here prefer that name. But good. Mr. Ebostone, as you know, that none of us is actually happy this evening about the sudden death of that young man. When the young man left the house, he never knew that it's going to be the end of his life today. So I would like you to take us through what you think that actually happened to that young man. Yes, we are seeing your board. Yes, we're actually seeing that. You know,
Okay.
reduction
Thank
of
you.
care. Thank you.
Thank you.
You know,
Thank you
right.
very
I would
much.
like you to take us through, please.
Yeah, my name still remains Mr. Kelly Okumbawa, popularly called Bosto. By the grace of God, I'm your son, your brother. It's unfortunate that what happened today happened in Edo State. We all know all over the world that Edo is a peaceful state. And I wept today when I come across the video. It's unfortunately that the young man left his house this morning to come and fight for the good citizen of this country. While many of them, they were inside their room, in their AC room, while the young man came out today to make sure he come and fight for what is right. And for the past 10 days, these protests have been on all over the country. And for those of us who love good things, we are applauding them. It's unfortunately that things have come this way because this is not the country we used to know. This is not the Nigeria we used to be proud of. And for that issue that took place at King Square today, we are hearing different stories. Why some are saying it was the police, why some are saying it was the talk, why some are saying that it was the government that sponsored the talk to come and attack them. It's quite unfortunate. But what I want to say here is this: whether it's the police, whether it's the thugs, or whosoever, that person must be brought to book. Whether a person or a group of persons, because we have heard a lot of names that is going on social media. And I want to use this opportunity to also urge the police to do the right thing. And the right thing must be done by bringing the perpetrator to book. And I want to also use this medium to also tell the police that it is their duty to protect lives and property of every citizen. So it's quite unfortunate that because the protest started with the police, and we know it has gone to another area, that the police, they are folding their hands, they refuse to come out to provide security for the common citizen. And this is unfortunate, and this issue needs to be addressed by the president of this country, by every state governors. They should provide security for the protesters. Because what they are doing, they are not doing it for themselves alone. They are doing it for us. A bag of rice is 40,000 naira. For somebody who's receiving 30,000 naira as a minimum wage, that is devilish. A man will go to job, he will spend a transport fare of over 1,000 naira in a day. And when you calculate 1,000 naira a day, in 30 days, that is 30,000. Simply means the person has end up using his salary for transport. And for the police that you are seeing, a constable of the Nigerian police, the salary is not more than 40 or 35,000. So why do you expect that kind of police not to take bribes? So I want to use this medium to condole with the family of that great hero that died today. I condemn the act, whosoever that is responsible for it. I know the governor have made a statement by telling the police to bring the perpetrator to book. But we want justice to prevail in the life of this young man. So I think the police, they are in the right position to tell the public what transpired at King Square today and the people that murdered that young man. I think for the now, that was my submission. Thank you.
Can you put on your mic, please, moderator?
All right. Sorry. Thank you, Mr. Elbostone, for that information you just gave to us. I would like Mr. Eriamiantoe to add to that.
Yeah. Like I said before, my brother came back, that what happened today was not supposed to have happened at all, for whatsoever reason. It is so disgusting that my state will not be the one that will start this barbaric act. We are no for peace. We are no for equity. We are no for justice, and we cannot descend so low to get to the point of killing fellow Nigerians or fellow Edolites on the street of Benin when they actually doing a peaceful protest for the purpose of the future generation. And I think there is a video that is circulating now. I sent you the video, Niger Watch, from China's television, where some boys with some youths, they actually with cutlass, waving their cutlasses, in front of these peaceful protesters. I think it is unacceptable. Those guys who were on the video can be fished out. When they do a zoom, to zoom their faces, they can get them arrested and actually know who organized such, a useless, attack on the protesters. And let me say something here. There is a boy named that is going on social media right now. I want the guy to be arrested. If not arrested, he needs to be picked up for questioning. He's called Dogo. So I don't know who he is, but I want him to be picked up right away. Because I am pissed off right now. I never expected such to have happened in a time like this. So I want to beg the governor, please, make sure not arrest him, pick it up, investigate him. If he's clean, let him go. If he's not clean, then he should go in for it. That is just my take. This is not supposed to have happened at all. Other states, they're having peaceful demonstration. Why will it happen in Edo State? For goodness sake, politics is over. It's over a month that election was won. I don't. Listen, guys, I'm so pissed off right now. Really pissed off. Because I saw the guy, lifeless body. I cried. This ought not to have happened. What the heck is wrong with black people? Why are we behaving like animals? Why do we behave like animals? People are protesting over brutality. Even these same idiots today now who were there, if the police pick them up, they will kill them right away. This is what this guy, this hero that just lose his life for my sake and for your sake was fighting for. He was actually fighting for these idiots that came out from nowhere to attack these people. He was defending them. He was building a better future for them. To be a paid on peanuts to go and do such a deadly job, and they have to take someone's life just like that. There was no war. They had no weapon on them. This is unacceptable. We can't take this. The Edo people, listen, Ebostone, I am telling you, go tell your principal. We can't take this. Because if I don't get a reasonable reply in the next 1 week, you guys will not like me. I am serious right now because I'm pissed off. In 1 week, I don't get a reply. And I'm going to descend so high on the government that they will not like me. This is not supposed to happen. It can't happen.
Right. As you all can see that our brother, Mr. Eriamiantoe, is very, very emotional. Yes, he has to express it. It's very sad, this is what we talk about every time here. We talk about this every time. That country, Nigeria, we don't understand it no more. This young man that we killed today now must have a family, maybe his immediate family, or a mother, father, brother, sister, anything less. But he's gone. Like what my brother, Mr. Eriamiantoe, just said now, he was actually fighting for me and you. And he lost his life in the process. It's very, very sad. It's very, very, very sad. And the unfortunate part of all this thing is that is our fellow youth that were used to execute this mission. It's very sad. How much did they pay you to do this? Right. Mr. Debostone, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
As you can see that our brother was very emotional. That is how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
You are more closer to the governor than every one of us here right now. And although people believe so much on you, we understand you are not God. But the reason why I actually brought you to this platform today, because although people demand to know what happened to that young man, whoever that is behind that evil act. Because according to what we saw on social media, they are saying that this is a political killing, just to bring the name of Governor Godino Basekis down. We are not sure yet. These are things that are circulating on social media. But why on earth will any youth be used against other youth that is fighting for your future? So, Mr. Ebosto, I don't know. Do you have anything to say about this?
Yeah, my brother Elvis, it's a very sad moment for me and for every Edolite. I can see the pains, the heartbroken in the life of my brother right now, Mr. Eriamiantoe. It's quite unfortunately, it can be you, it can be me, it can be anybody. And I'm in full support for what Comrade Eriamiantoe have said. Any name that mentioned, that person should be arrested and brought to book. A proper investigation should be done. Because one thing about this country, we politicize everything. We take everything for a joke. This is a person that we are not going to see again in this life. It's quite unfortunately that we don't value human lives anymore. Older days when I was growing up, when you were in a family house, maybe your family want to kill a chicken for a festival or whatever. When they're even cutting the neck of that chicken, you see the way the chicken will be like displaying. But if you are somebody that touched, you will know that that chicken is passing through pain. But in this country we have today, when you hear courtesy people, they are fighting, other people are fighting, some will be asking you, what is this cost? How many people have gone down? We are talking of a human being. I know that the government have a lot to do on this issue, but we will also pray to God Almighty to keep on protecting and guide us. This issue of this guy that was killed today, this is not all about APC or PDP or Baseki or whatsoever. This is about a human life. If it is my brother, I will not be happy. If it's my blood brother, I will not be happy. But what we saw today, this is bad. I am condemning the heart, and I know the state government have condemned it. I want the government and the police to do a proper investigation. Anyone found wanting, anyone that is responsible for this killing should be brought to justice. And in whatever the case may be, you don't have right to take somebody's life. I saw a video how the guy was macheted. It's like they macheted the guy. My brother Elvis, my brother Eriamiantoe, the Eboso you know will not support any evil act. That is why we stood against the confederacy in this state to make sure we have the victory that we have today. Politics has come and gone. I don't like we should be one for us to support the present government for it to move Edo State forward. And what these people are fighting for, just like as my brother has said, Eriamiantoe, is for the interest of our children yet to born, generation yet to born. Nobody has right to take someone's life. You don't make life, you don't create life. You don't have right to take somebody's life. People were protesting peacefully. They were not armed. They were around doing their thing. All of a sudden, somebody will just go, no matter what has transpired, no matter the person that sent them, you don't have right to take somebody's life. if what I've been telling those youths, why not tell the same person who have asked you to go and attack those youths, to send their children to the streets? When you look out there, you will not see a son of a politician protesting. You will not see a son of a big man. It's with the commoner. And we will still come out to fight ourselves. I'm in full support that the government and the state and the police command should go out and fetch out the perpetrator and let them bring them to justice, because this is condemnable. This is not a dog we used to know. This is not the Nigeria we used to know. I want to urge you guys, the way you did it for Coordinator Obaseki, we want you people to stand by the family of this innocent man that just been murdered today, for justice to prevail. Thank you very much.
All right, Mr. Eriamiantoe, as I know that you were very emotional just now, that is how it's supposed to be. Anybody that have the heart of a human supposed to react that way. It's very, very sad to know that we lost this young man. You don't need to know this man to feel the way you felt earlier on. You know, you also mentioned a very vital word, that this guy was actually fighting for me and you. That is very strong. So I wish those youth that were used actually know that that guy was fighting for them. You know, I wonder how they feel right now. So what we want is that, please, brothers and sisters watching us, please, I want this video to be shared. Share this video, because we want to know the end of this whole scenario. We want to know whoever that is behind it. Mr. Eriamiantoe, what do you have to tell us right now?
Yeah, sorry guys that I was a little bit I lost it there, because I when I saw this young man lifeless body being carried by our brother Maleke Idowu, I wept. I couldn't control my emotion. You know, I came into the studio. If you saw me, my heart was already red. That was what my brother was saying. He's not seeing smiles on my face, because I was already crying, and I don't cry easily, because I in my mind I felt I would have just been that guy that was murdered, because I'm as stubborn as that. If I was in Nigeria, it doesn't matter if I'm coming from Europe, I would be at the center of that event. That is who I am. So I would have just been this young man that his lifeless body was being swung when Maleke was carrying him, you know, to the van. So that was what actually, you know, got me broke down. And the issue is, like I said before, I don't know why the youth will allow themselves to be used by these politicians, you know, for their own selfish interests. I've said this many times. What do you get from it? Listen, is it not better you live as a poor man than having riches and you are being used, you know, to shut down the life of other people? Listen, we are getting more wiser by the day, and the Nigeria that we are about getting into might not be as rosy as it used to be. I said during my last video right now, if the government, whether in the state, in the local government, or in the federal things, the youth they are seeing now was the youth they saw in 2019. They are joking. This is just that's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm saying just now. Obaseki needs to stand up now and defend us. We fought for him. We risked our lives for him. If Obaseki did not win the election, I, Stephen, would have not come to Benin again. Because I would have been a target. If you check most of my videos, I even mentioned a name I have to report to Interpol of a guy that was already threatening me. Yes, right here. The Swedish government was aware, the Europol was aware, the Interpol was aware. So you would have imagined that I that was living abroad, I was being threatened not to talk of if I'm in Nigeria. I know nobody. I don't even know them. So I might be driving on my way, they will just hit me in their car and they are gone. Okay, so we took the risk, and I want the government to actually start taking risks for us. We should not allow what happened today to ever happen. Ever again. But thank God, Obaseki said he's going to make sure the petition shall be brought to book. He's going to compensate the family of the disease. And if the disease have children, it is the responsibility of the state government to make sure the children never lacks. Because this is where criminals are being bred. Because if these children are not being taken care of and in our head, the way a manner their father dies, So the trauma will be in them, and they might want to make a revenge. We all know Lawrence Anini of pleasant memory. This guy who terrorized the entire Benin in the late 80s and the early 70s. We knew what happened. We knew what brought him to that state. His friend was killed. That was the reason why. The police caught his friend. They killed his friend. That sparked the anger in Anini and Mondo Subo. That they went on rampage and killing anything on sight. So the same thing can also happen to this man if he has children today, and the children are not being told the way and manner their father died, and they could not get a proper education, a proper train up. They're going to end up on the street like a layman, who will tomorrow become a terror on Benin people, on innocent Nigerians, who were not part of the killing of their parents. So this is why the government must take full responsibility on what happened today, based on what the presidency has told them before, that every victim of this protest should be under the care of the government of the state. Now that we have had a casualty in Edo State, I am calling on the governor of Edo State to take full responsibility of the welfare if he has children. If he does it, maybe he might become the breadwinner of the family. I am the breadwinner of my family. I'm very sure Kelly is the breadwinner of his family. God forbid anything happens to you today, your mother, your father, they're going to be in pain because their source of livelihood have been cut short for whatsoever reason. And thirdly, I want to tell the Edo youth, this is time we need to wake up. Edo is not meant to be idiots. We are not meant to be cowards. So courtesan is cowardice. It is stupidity of the highest order. A strong man is not one that kills people. A strong man is one that lifts others up. That is a strong man. A strong man is one that stands to make sure that others are being able to stand like him. A strong man is one that sees others suffering and want to give them life. A strong man is one that sees others crying and want to see how he can wipe their tears. Not one that kills and says, yes, I'm a strong one. A strong one that can scores of how many people he has lifted from poverty to riches. A strong man is one that lifts people from the street and give them a better life. A strong one is one that makes sure his environment, his society is protected by him. When we are growing up, we have criminals in our area. Okay? Listen, I'm an old boy. People don't know. So I have the same character that they have. Just that sometimes education will change us. I'm an old boy. I'm from Obi as a 4. So I have the same mentality that some people have. But education made us to understand that this is not the life we need to live. When we're growing up in our area, crime can never happen. We know the criminals in our area. You can never rob in my street. Never. It's not possible. If they take something from you in my street, then they will tell you where you say it's here. They know who took it. You will survive the following day. They are coming with those things they took from you. They're going to give you back. That is how we grew up. We were our brother's keeper. Go to Lagos. There was no APC. There was no PDP. There was no YPP. Every youth stood together. And they are fighting for one cause. Where we don't be different. Politics is over. Election has been won. Let us unite and even make sure that Obaseki does what we have elected him to do. That should be our motive right now. He had won. Yes, let him go. All we need to see that we want to see a better government from him. Not all this nonsense that he are doing. And the police commissioner, I don't know his name again, whether the commissioner, what's his name? Okomo. Please, Commissioner Okomo, I want to beg you to immediately swing into action and pick any name that you have heard on the social media space. Not to arrest them, but to interrogate them to know if they have any link of whatsoever to the crime that took place. I heard when they left, after they had been, chasing away, they went and hid at the back of Bob Israel's house and they regrouped. They should transfer the appointment because I know a part of Israel has video cameras in his compound. So maybe the members will go and check those CCTV cameras to know the guy that actually were at the back of his fence regrouping. So there's no big man in a that does not have a CCTV camera in their homes. So that can also help us to be able to get at these boys who actually committed this atrocity, who did this nonsense to our people. This is the information that came to me, and I said I should let the Commissioner of Police know about it right now and take decisive action. And I heard the protest is going to start continue tomorrow. Please, if the government is not doing anything, I am begging you, my brother Kelly, aka Boston, to go with your boys to the streets and protect these protesters. This is very important that we don't want to hear another incident of whatsoever. If the police are not coming in, you have your Pugo guys, bring them up. They are empty men. They are strong. They can take on these guys. Let them go. Because when this guy sees, like, if you see what's happening today in Lagos, after the first attack, now they have to go and rent a private security at Lekki Tollgate. They had the private security. My girl was there today. You know, they had the private security now. Who now stand on the way to make sure the protesters are at the back doing their job. These guys are at the front, making sure that no external body comes in, and that has actually scared away these hoodlums of the people. So we also need the same thing to happen. We don't need to wait for the government to do that. You, as a youth like us, who are also being part of the pains, can also do that to help in making sure that such a act that took place today never repeat itself again. And lastly, I want to get the name of the guy that died in the battlefield. He's a martyr. He's an hero, and his name should not be forgotten so easily. We, as the youth of Edo State, must make sure that we mark this guy, not just as another guy, but we must give him, a standing ovation, and if possible, we must build a statue for this young man right at the square in Benin. Let the children know. Let the family know that this young man died a hero, died in the front of a battle, died for the liberation of the Edo youth, died for the liberation of the future of the people. This is my take.
Thank you, Mr. Eriamiantoe. I'm actually speechless because I don't know what to say about this. It's very pathetic. Right, Mr. Eberstone. Like our brother said, those in diaspora, the reason why we actually brought you here today is for you to play your part, because everybody in diaspora are actually looking up to you right now. We know because this happened, nobody is happy. My brother mentioned earlier on that it could have been anybody. It could have been him, it could have been me or you, Eberstone. So this needs to be investigated. In fact, a different protest needs to start from tomorrow right now. A different protest needs to start from tomorrow concerning this young man. We need to know the family. We need to know the name of this young man. We need to know this young man's biography to know who is he. He just died like that, just like that. Look at the way our brother Maleke carried him today. I wonder what Maleke was actually passing through inside him at that moment. So I don't know. I'm speechless.
My brother, thank you very much. Like what my brother have said, Eriamiantoe, he has spoken well. Even before he got to this today, I know how when we got the information that the protesters were coming to K Square, how we were able to send our pool of guys to be on ground, although they were few in numbers, and some S-man, they were doing their thing peacefully, because we never expected this attack. We never expected anybody would come to attack the people that is doing the right thing. Just like what my brother has said, it's not for only me to come out. We did it for the politician during the time of the election. Yes, I'm a strong supporter of Obaseki. Yes, we fought for him. We stood by him. It is our time for us to stand for ourselves as a good ambassador of the state, for us to join us to our brothers to make sure the right thing is done. One thing I want to assure you, you've talked about knowing the name of the disease, and I will assure you that between now to tomorrow, I will do my investigation. I will get it. I will send it across to you, and I will also assure you that this information, on my own way, I will also reach out to the Edo State government. The family need to be well taken care of, especially the children, because it's even difficult when you have a father. It's difficult for you to live well, not to talk of when you don't have one. So this thing that happened today, I don't know the ways to clarify it, but what happened today is a shame on our part for the youth to attack youth like them. This thing started in Edo State before that state emulates. And everybody all over the world, they applauded us as a good ambassador of the country. But for this incident that happened this afternoon, is issue that will continue to remember. I will continue to condemn that act. Every good citizen of this state, whether you are a political holder or whatsoever a businessman, we need to come out to condemn that act. The family of that disease need to be rewarded. The scholarship need to be given to the children because their father fought a good fight. Like what I always say, what legacy will you leave behind for your children? What story will you tell your children tomorrow? Will you tell your children that you were a coward, or you will tell your children that you were a freedom fighter? This man that died today has written his name in gold. He has paid his dues, but the life not supposed to be cut short like this. And he never expected this today. But quite unfortunately that we cannot question God. But what we are saying is this: the right thing needs to be done. And like what my brother has said, Mr. Eriamiantoe, I will assure you that this message I will pass it across. If the police are not ready to do their responsibility, we as a state government, we will come out on our own. This is one thing I don't like about this country. We don't need to allow something to spoil before we coming out. Because this person has died, nobody can bring it back. So it's so painful. I must be frank with you. There's tears in my eyes, there's tears in my heart. Because when I saw Maleke carry that person, wow, I wept. Because it's unfortunate. A man that walked down by himself, all of a sudden, the life had been cut short. So like what I said earlier, the right thing needs to be done. Whosoever name, because we have a lot of Dogo in Benin here.
We lost. Okay, go ahead.
Can you hear me, please?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yes. I said we have a lot of names, a lot of people called Dogo in Benin that is popular. Whosoever Dogo that they have mentioned, the police should invite the so-called Dogo and let police do their investigation. If it's not found one thing, not like what my brother has said in Eriamiantoe, they should allow him to go. But if there is a case against him and there is a proof, he should go in for it. Because nobody has right to take anybody's life.
I think there's one particular Dogo, because I can see in the comment section everyone mentioning Dogo. That means, because for me, I've not actually heard that name before. My brother mentioned the name earlier on, and now a lot of people are mentioning Dogo on the comment section. That means there's one particular Dogo that is trending right now in the state. I think it needs to be questioned by the state police command, to know what is going on, because I've not in my life heard that name before. You know, so I don't know. Please, Mr. Ebostone, like we said, you have upper hand over two of us that is right here now. We have upper hand over you on social media, while
Yeah,
you have upper hand upon us when it comes to getting close to the governor right away. Please,
yeah,
we want to see results. We want, like my brother said, we want to know the name, the family, where this guy came from, what he's doing for a living, and all that.
yeah,
He
yeah.
has children, a wife, and all that. We want to know, and we want
Yes,
the whoever that is behind this evil act to be brought to book.
yes,
Whoever they're supposed to know.
yes,
My brother also
yes,
mentioned right now, Mr. Eriamiantoe, that our father, Chief Bobizwa house, definitely his house will have a CCTV camera. You know,
yes,
his fence. Whoever that ran through that fence on the street, the CCTV will be able to capture this person. So they should go and beg daddy to please release the CD,
yes,
the CD or the memory card concerning the
yes.
CCTV camera.
Thank, yeah, thank you very much. You see, this information, that's why sometimes I'm very careful. You guys living in diaspora, one thing I love about you guys is information. The way you people get your information, it baffles me so sometimes. Like this information that Mr. Eriamiantoe just said now, I just got the information not quite long ago that the same people they went back because after the first incident that we will send people down because Ring Road Kingsway is where I normally go every day because my office is there. Even when they were protesting down, we even passed through there and we saw some people and we asked them to leave them to do their normal thing. So for anybody, let me tell you one good thing. Information. You don't need to pay money to get information. If God forbid, maybe they said today, a boson, they saw a boson at, what's it called, at that place, and when they were fighting, they saw a boson with class. They saw a boson with gun because of my kind of person. Yes, good. I will not say, I will argue with such people. If I'm being invited by the police, I think it is my duty to go there for the police to investigate whether what they said about you or not. I don't know if you understand. But what we are saying, what this guy did today does not warrant for anybody to come out with a cane, not to talk of cutlass or not to talk of gun. They came out, they were dancing, they were protesting, they were telling the Nigerians, the Edo State, what they want. We all are involved in this. A lot of my family are there. I don't know if you understand. Because of the kind of person we are, when there are ways we will play our part, they will say because Obaseki is no longer in APC, that we are being sponsored. I don't know if you are getting what I'm saying. But
Yes.
what we are saying, before we started this program, you saw me with my black hat. You understand? It is quite unfortunate that this country that we are today, anything you do, people will take it from another angle. They will look at it because you are supporting this, you are supporting that. Even today, some people are even condemning what some people are doing that they are being sponsored by another political party. But whosoever that is responsible, that is behind this barbaric act, I know that the God that will serve, our Redeemer liveth, from now till the next 7 days, they should be brought to book. They should confess with their mouth and let the people know who did this thing. Anyone that is innocent of it, they should allow it to go. But anyone that have hand in it, the Bible tells us, it said, he that kill by sword must surely go by sword. So for anyone that have hand in this death, that God Almighty should disgrace that person and let the person be found, and the person will be dealt with accordingly. So like what you said, I know a part of this one is very straightforward in things like this. When he found any evidence, he know anything like this, he can reach out to the police. He has the connection, he has. So like what you said, I will also pass it out to the government. We have the CSO to the governor, we have the SA to the governor of security, and we also pass this information to them. I want to reassure you, maybe when next time you invite me back to this program, I will give you the necessary information, and before then, I can also send it to you. Any information that I got from today till tomorrow, I will send it to you for you people to add, because this thing, we need to condemn it. Our youth, they need to shun violence. This violence of a thing, only this time when we are growing up, when you had issue with somebody, maybe somebody is trying to separate you guys and you refuse to, they will say, okay, I don't know if you understand. You will fight and fight, at the end, you will be tired. You are the person you will later resolve, because one will be party, the other one will also be party. But this time around, when you even talk to somebody, the next you'll say, wait for me. The person will run inside and go. So how do we get ourselves to this level in the first place? In the only days time, you can go to your neighbor's house, you play with the children, you will eat with them. Maybe at night you will fall asleep there. Your parents will not bother to look for you because they know where you are. I don't know if you understand, but this time that love is no more anymore. So I want to beg the people in the diaspora, you guys have been doing well, and this issue, you guys should continue to let us know the right thing that is need to be done, because this state, this country that we are today, things have gone astray. I must be frank with you. We cannot continue like this. This is not what we want. We have children that is coming. It's not every one of us that have money to take our children to abroad for schooling. They are here. We were born and brought up here. Well, how will our children will continue with this kind of society that we are into today? That when it's getting late by 7 o'clock, you have to run to the house for the fear of the unknown. This is not what we want, and this is not what we will encourage. So please, my brother Eriamiantoe, for everything that you have been saying and you have been doing outside politics, you are always in the right track. That's why I fall in love with you, and I'm in love with you, and I appreciate everything you are doing. And my brother Wash, I'm thanking you for everything you have been doing. I want you to bring more people to this program over this issue so that the right thing will be done. Thank you very much.
Of course, we'll try our best to bring more people in. We are definitely going to bring Maleke here, because Maleke was right in the scene of where this happened. I actually carried the young man on his shoulder. So that alone touched everybody in the diaspora. So we're going to bring him here to tell us more about what happened. And we are going to do our best to use our platform to advocate for this young man, you know. I think we need to end the show now because it's not a lively show. Mr. Eriamiantoe, please, I would like you to say one or two things for 2 minutes, and so that we can end the show.
Yeah, my take still remains this. We have had a lot of death in Edo State in the past year through courtesy. And I've not been that kind of do not want to really get it, because when I start a battle, I fight it up. That's my problem. Then people in my family know me for that. That's why they be begging me, don't join this thing. Never go there, please don't go there. So when I went in, my mother was saying, oh, this one is going to be war now. It's not going to back out. That's just who I am. I want to beg our youth. It's quite unfortunate that today cultism has now become what is on the street of Benin. You know, in those days when we were in school, you only get caught when you are university graduate. You know, that's where it was, and it ends in the school. If even we go out on the street, you have one or two people that is a student that they are going to look for outside the school. That's how it was. It was not like what we have now. We now have a war at Sakoba Road on every day. You know, courts fighting against themselves. I think that is the beginning of this whole mess that we are finding ourselves into today. And the state government, they ask security votes. We should start making use of it for us. Like I said in my live broadcast, I said something here that I want Eboso to take to the governor. What I said was this: if the governor wants to have security in Edo State, he should create a personal identification number. If he wants help, he should get in contact. I don't want to be part of any government, but I can give him a way and manner he can make Edo secured without spending so much on it. Because today,
Are you there?
those guys that were with cutlass.
I think the network is wavering. Hello, Mr. Eriamiantoe, your network?
Yeah, it's the network.
Yes. All right. I think I don't know. Maybe someone is calling his phone or something. Mr. Eriamiantoe, are you there? All right, Mr. Ebustone. Now,
Yeah.
what Mr. Eriamiantoe was trying to say, you know, you should go extra miles to give us more information, like you said before.
Yeah.
We really appreciate that, you know, because we can't do this without no information. We are not going to rely on you alone when it comes to information. I think we lost both of them at the same time. Is okay. Mr. Ebustone, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, it's just that I can't see you no more. We can't see you.
Yes. Yeah, like what you say, I would do my best. And I want to also urge my great people of Edo State, the youth, as they are coming out tomorrow for the continuation of the protest. They should be law-abiding citizens. They should do the needful. When someone is coming, allow the person to know why you are here. And for anyone that have evil plan or evil thought, for them to go back again, to go and attack those people, may they never go back home alive. The same thing they did to that young man of today, what will happen to them will be the history of that. So I want to urge the Edo youth, there's no need for us fighting ourselves. We are one brother, and we are fighting just the same cause. And that cause, that's what we'll continue to fight until the government hear our voice. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Mr. Ebustone. I'm going to leave you right now. So where if there's a need to bring you back anytime soon, I'm going to let you know. Okay?
I'm here for you. I'm here anytime.
Thank you very much. Thank you. We really appreciate you. Before I let you go, we have our brother here. Maybe he might have one or thing he want to say to you.
Okay.
Mr. Eriamiantoe, we lost you earlier on. Ebustone was just about to leave right now. Do you have anything to say to him before he goes?
Okay, like I said, what my plea with them? Yeah, my plea with him is
network.
Yeah, your network is still very bad, Mr. Eriamiantoe.
So you can always reach me. Have my WhatsApp number. So anything you want me to do, I'm here for him. And I want to beg you with a possible time, you can always bring me and let me always. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Ebustone. Do have a good day. Okay, then.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Eriamiantoe. Unfortunately, that we lost your last statement because of your network. So, but I believe that you said it all. Ebustone has said it all as well. So we are just going to end the show right now. My people, yes, we did this because this issue actually happened today. This young man lost his life this afternoon. So we wanted to be sure what is happening in Edo State. That's why we have to do this emergency interview. So we are going to bring more people in to analyze, to talk about this, how it happens. But our first target is going to be Maleke, to see how it goes. It's very, very painful to know that we lost a young man today. This is what we preach about every time on this channel, that it could be anybody's family. You know, it could be your family, it could be mine, it could be anybody, it could even be you, it could be me. So God forbid, like we normally say. But at the end of the day, if you're in diaspora, for example, and this protest is going on, your brother or your sister might even be one of them as well. You know, so we don't know when things like this is going on. We shouldn't support it. We should use our platform to go against it. So please, brothers and sisters, share this video. and so that it can go viral, because we want the Edo State government to take action over this incident. It's a very barbaric incident. It's not an incident that anybody can take as a joke. It's very painful. It saddened my heart, to be honest, to see that young man Maleke carried him today. You know, it's painful. I wonder what Maleke was actually passing through at that moment when he carried the dead body on his shoulder. You know, I believe it's going to be the worst day of his own life, you know, because that memory will refuse to live his life. So for me, it's painful. Thank you, everybody. It's not the time to showcase your love. I understand you guys are showing me so much love here. Thank you. I appreciate you all. But we are not really rejoicing right now, rather than we are mourning one of our brother that was killed today, that was actually fighting for me and you, for the betterment of Edo State and the betterment of Nigeria at large. So he lost his life, you know, during this struggle. It's very painful, you know. Nevertheless, we're going to come back again to you guys tomorrow to take it from there. We are going to gather more information to bring here to update you guys how it goes. Thank you very much. Have a good evening and sweet dreams to you all.